Everybody feeling fine. There ain't no business like show business, baby.
Show
It is showtime. We're
and we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna have a good time, each and every one.
Costuming is absolutely essential to what I do, and it can make or break a character. It can be, it can provide that one piece that helps you make the leap from something being on the page to something being brought to life.
Right.
So I'm absolutely here to support. So.
Do you prefer to find costume or work with costume designers that you can have a nice open dialogue
Absolutely.
with?
Oh no, absolutely. And I have found in my experience that the amount of specificity that all costume designers bring to their work is staggering. It's really amazing.
Well, tell me what do you like to wear? You're wearing a very nice suit right now.
I like to be comfortable, and I think that certainly finding some element of comfort as an actor, relaxation is important to kind of doing what I do too.
Mm-hmm.
So finding some element of comfort in it is always important.
On Criminal Minds, you're on your feet a lot.
Yeah.
Tell me about the footwear that you wear in that show.
I wore the same pair of shoes for 6 years, and then I signed them and donated them. But they don't even make this particular pair anymore, sadly. But I find one thing and I've stuck with it. So, and I think it's kind of, we certainly do break with reality a little bit as far as, how many changes of clothes that an FBI agent might have, and I might have one or two more suits than a real agent might have. But I did stick with one pair of shoes, so, we tried.
I hope you have a good foot massage person.
Exactly.
Tell me, what was it that actually got you interested in jumping on board the girl with the dragon tattoo?
David Fincher. It's gotta be, that one's the no-brainer. It's David Fincher. I think it's a dream project. It's like you have a script like that, you get that character development. There's contemporary stuff, there's period pieces, and there's David Fincher.
Right.
So, yeah.
What were some of the most challenging elements of creating the costumes for that film?
I think the challenges came in, making the clothes especially for Lisbeth Salander and the other characters, be very real. We did a lot of aging and over-dyeing so that nothing seemed brand new and it seemed very authentic and lived in. And then the challenges of of Sweden. We shot a long time in Sweden. We shot in the winter, a lot of exterior scenes. And it's, keeping actors and talent warm and comfortable, but also making them look very real.
Right.
So, there's a lot of challenges that come into play, but it was such a great experience.
Did the weather have any sort of effects that you were not anticipating in regards to some of the materials that you were using?
No, not in that sense. I think it was more just for the comfort of the actors. We did a lot of waterproofing on the leathers of shoes and things like that. So we were fairly prepared there, and we had undergarments and thermals and things. But at some point, you just can't keep layering up because then you kind of lose the effect of the costumes. And I have to say, we were really lucky. All the actors were really easygoing and understood what we were dealing with.
Sure. And let's talk a little bit about the material that you chose to use in the various costumes, especially Elizabeth. Were you looking for specific types of metals and leather?
With the leathers, there were different leathers that we used because of the aging effect that you can have on them and how much easier they break down and are worn in. With metals, we didn't want anything really flashy for her. I didn't want her to be attracting attention or to be really screaming, "Look at me." So a lot of the metals that we did use, we kind of put a black finish over them and put castings on them so that it would be kind of worn down and aged in.
Mm-hmm. And do you have a particular piece that you feel especially proud of or especially fond of?
I'm really proud of the leather jacket, the Moto leather jacket that we did that has the pads in it. We also did a version in 2 colors for H&M. It had such a great fit, and it was kind of integral to her character. I really love the drop crotch pants that we did for her too. So I have a lot of favorites in her, and I have a lot of favorites in Daniel Craig's clothing. I loved dressing him. It was great fun for me.
Such a nice contrast too.